Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. My name is Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm an intuitive reader and I've got a message today for the water signs. This is for Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. Before we get to your specific message, I just want to throw some thoughts out there for you. There is so much material on the internet, videos, articles, books, self-help, spiritual type advice. And a lot of this is very one size fits all or broad stroke. Here's the problem and here's the one solution to it. And I had this experience yesterday. It's so easy to get emotionally confused about things because something may not be completely true for you, but it's being touted as the truth of what you should do in this situation. And it's just really important to always consider that you have to look at your path as unique. And this is why it's so important to get things like tarot readings, psychic readings very often, because your path may not be that typical path that they're talking about in this one size fits all. In fact, your path may be the exception. Or it may be that your guides want you on a different track right now and they don't even want you worrying about that thing. Or it could be that it's the right advice, but the wrong time. And so, I'm not a water sign, but I have a lot of water in my chart, and it's just so easy to get lost in your emotions when you're confused. And so whether or not you get a reading with someone like me or someone else, just know that it's really the specific, unique advice to you and your path and your guides that is the most important to you. So with that, let's start your reading. So speaking of specific, this is very specific for one person. And so if this doesn't resonate with you, just kind of throw it out. But the words were so loud and clear in the head. So we're just going to go with expressing that. So the energy around you this week, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, and you are feeling like the Six of Wands. Now on the other side, we have 10 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, and then the Wheel of Fortune. So like I said, I was hearing words so strong. I'm not sure if I can explain them in the context of the cards, but I'll do my best. So what you've done is that you've been putting in a lot of hard work into your relationship, like a lot of hard work. And this week you kind of feel like, oh my God, I'm finally making some headway. This work is finally being recognized. Yes, it's finally working. But the thing that you have to remember is that the Six of Wands, it comes after winning a battle. So this has been an uphill struggle. You have been feeling like it's an uphill struggle. And the thing with the Six of Wands is it's not permanent. It's a temporary or like a circumstantial victory. It's not like the lasting peace and harmony for the rest of the life. This is just something you fought for, you won, but then there's more to fight for and win. And you've been like keeping your head down and doing the work, but you are holding on so strong to this relationship because you're afraid of losing it. You're willing to carry the extra burdens. That's our 10 of Wands here. And this is the 4 of Pentacles. It's that holding on. You're so willing to do this extra work because you're so afraid of losing this relationship. And what I have to tell you is that because you're doing this, because you're afraid, you are going to lose this relationship. And we have the Wheel of Fortune in here, which softens this whole message, which is saying, relax. You don't have to work so hard. You're working hard because you feel like there's some inequality in the relationship. And if you would just step back, the relationship would actually return to a much more balanced place, allowing the other person to step forward and do their fair share instead of you trying to do everything just to hold on to it. So, this is not saying your relationship is going to end. It's going to end in the way that you've been handling it if you're willing to take this advice. So what that means is if you're willing to stop working so hard, if you're willing to stop putting in so much energy, if you're willing to stop putting in so much like grit and just let things flow, it is going to cycle around for the better. And I'm not saying everything is going to be roses and flowers, but the point is that at this moment, this holding so tightly on to whatever this is not helping you grow either. And it's not allowing any positive change from the other person in this relationship. So this is really about you acknowledging that hard work is not the best tactic here. Hard work is not the best tactic. Stepping back, taking some of, let me say this a different way. So hard work is not the tactic. The self-love here is taking these burdens off yourself and letting the relationship shift and change. And I know it's going to shift and change for the better, but it's not going to feel comfortable to let go of that control. Because when you have that control over the relationship, you know exactly where it's headed because you're controlling it, right? But that's not where you're being asked to go at this point. Because what's going to happen is the more you try to control, it's going to be another hard journey up the mountain, another struggle to just get some purchase, and the victory is going to be short-lived, and then you're up that mountain again, struggle, another short-lived victory, and it's never going to be any kind of lasting union or lasting melding. So this is about just letting go, letting the relationship flow the way it needs to go, and understanding that that is the key to making something work. Just kind of stepping back and letting it happen. So feel free to reach out in the comments if you have some questions. Otherwise, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you would like a one-on-one reading, I am available, and you can check out my website, trueguidancetarot.com, for the offerings. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a good one.